What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, and I'm just checking in on you. What's going on? How are ya? Now in today's video, it's actually going to be your weekly vendor reset and must-buys for today, December 26th. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But we're going to start off here in Washington, D.C., and we will finish up in New York City. Our first vendor is going to be the Base of Ops vendor. Here we go. Okay. Now, starting off, we have the Closer. This is the named Uzina Gattaca chess piece with Perfect Spotter. And this week it comes with low armor, explosive resistance, and status effects. Following that, we have a P90 with optimal range and eyeless, followed by a tactical MK16 with stability and fast hands, and finally a snub-nosed Dice Rose with health damage and eyeless. Yo, I'm trying to burp so bad. There we go. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's like every time I do a video, I have to burp. All right, gear items. We have a Habsburg Guard backpack with headshot skill damage and shock and awe. That's interesting. I kind of like that one. And finally, a Overlord Armament chest piece with crit hit damage and repair skills with Tag Team. Looking at the mods, we have Crit Chance 4.5, Drone Damage Reduction 5.0, Turret Duration 5.9, and Sticky Bomb Damage of 6.3. Now, I do apologize for that burp, but like always, whenever I do something like that, just say I heard that in chat or in the comments. It'll be our little secret. And yeah, moving on. Now, as far as must-buys and things like that from the Base of Ops, I'm not really going to recommend anything. However, the Closer, perfect example. If you do not have this fully proficient, buy a few duplicates, donate it, and you can get those easy proficiency levels and get your expertise level up. Another one that was interesting was this one right here, the Habsburg Guard. Now, the reason why I'm saying it's interesting is that you have skill damage with headshot. You get headshot from the brand set bonus, and it comes with shock and awe. So you could easily just roll a skill tier onto this, utilize that headshot and skill damage, and then have something like, I don't know, like a Stinger Hive to proc shock and awe. I don't know. That's a good one. Okay. Now that is it for the Base of Ops vendor. The only two vendors left here, the Countdown and Clan vendors. Now remember, the Countdown and Clan vendors are also available in New York City, so you can go over there to get them as well. But here we are, Countdown. All right, yo, the Ferocious Calm. I'm sorry, I'm going to jump right to that. The Ferocious Calm is the named Fenris chess piece with perfect Overwatch, and this is a DZ exclusive, PvP exclusive item. Prior to the named item cache and the Descent blueprints, you were only able to get this chess piece either in the Dark Zone or Conflict. But obviously now you can get them through named item caches like this one, or you can go to the Descent and actually get the blueprint from those reconstructed caches that you get from the Nemesis. But either way, we have the Ferocious Calm here. It is always going to be a must-buy whenever this pops up because it is a rare chess piece. However, it does come with weapon handling and explosive resistance. I don't like either one of those, so I don't know. Do with it as you will. Next, we have a Cherished. Cherished. Skill damage. Okay. So the Habsburg Guard was at the Base of Ops vendor, but here's a Cherished Habsburg Guard. So this is the perfect trauma version, and it's actually a good one, not gonna lie. It comes with very high armor, crit hit damage, and skill damage easily. Just switch off that skill damage for crit chance or headshot or something like that. Maybe even armor regen, do like some sort of like, or maybe status effects. I mean, there are so many different options you could do, so I would just recalibrate that skill damage off for whatever it is you want, and you'll be good to go. That's a good chess piece. So both of these I would say take a look at. And then finally we have the Relic. This is the named marksman rifle with perfect determined, and it comes with accuracy. However, with this being a named item, you can switch off accuracy for whatever you want, whether it be damage targets at a cover, damage to armor, what have you. But having that with perfect determined is a beast. I love that weapon. All right, moving on to the Clan vendor. Now, Just a reminder, DoD Disciples of Doom, we are on all platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, and we are also on The Division Resurgence. So if you are on The Division Resurgence right now for the next few days, look up DoD with KVD, and it is free to join. Or it's open to join. There you go. Not they're all free to join, but it's open to all players to join. Now, yeah, shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom. Now, here is your clan vendor. Starting with the swap chain, this is the named MP7 with perfect unwavering. Comes with armor damage. Interesting. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the MP7. Not since the first game with like the Midas and all that, but even after they did all those nerfs, I'm still not a fan of the MP7. But again, if you do not have this one fully proficient, buy some of the duplicates, and then you can make it fully proficient very quick. For the gear set items, we have a striker holster with headshot. Not bad. That's pretty good for a one-shot build. Oh, no, because you'd have to have the Dodge City. Scratch that. I mean, it'd be good for, I guess, an AR build. After that, we have a Umbra mask with explosive resistance. And finally, Aces and Eights knee pads with weapon handling. Looking at the high-end items, we have a Relic, again, named marksman rifle with perfect determined, and this time it comes with crit hit damage. After that, we have a classic M60 with max armor damage and measured, followed by a police MK17 with headshot and fast hands, and finally a stoner LAMG with magazine size and overwhelm. Looking at the gear items, we have a Empress backpack with armor for the core. Yeesh. Skill damage, weapon handling, and tech support. Interesting. After that, I mean, obviously the Empress is only supposed to come with a skill tier, so this is a bug, but if you want to pick it up, go for it. After that, we have Badger Tough knee pads with max explosive resistance and health. And finally, a Brazos de Arquebus chest piece with health, status effects, and protected reload. Interesting. For the mods, we have Blind Deaf Resistance 8.7, Crit Chance 4.9, Headshot 8.0, and Sticky Bomb Duration of 6.8. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the clan vendor. The swap chain's not bad with that armor damage. The Relic, again, not bad. Just switch off the crit hit damage for whatever it is you want. The Striker with Headshot is good for those ARs. That way you can beam the headshots. And that's really it. So, Relic, Striker holster, swap chain. All right, moving on to the campus settlement. So we're going to go west, and then we will double back east. Now, this is going to be our first stop. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, support the channel by subscribing, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Am I passing over any must-buys? What are you going to pick up today? Let's discuss. And don't forget, shout out where you're from. It's always cool to see where everyone's from. All right, here we go. Campus settlement. Starting with the Carnage, this is the named Negev with Perfect Sadist, and it comes with Rate of Fire. After that, we have a M700 Carbon with Swap Speed and Vindictive, a Infantry MG5 with Crit Chance and Measured, and then for the gear items, we have, nice, a Walker Harris mask that I highly recommend you pick up, and a Douglas and Harding holster with Hazard and Armor Regen. Looking at the mods, we have Skill Haste 10.1, Chem Launcher and Snare Duration 7.7, Hive Health 7.8, Pulse Radius 8.7, and Trap Shock Radius of 5.8. Now, this Walker mask, headshot crit hit damage. So you could do this multiple different ways. For one, you could put this on a SMG build and then switch the weapon damage to an armor core because you're going to be max crit chance fairly easy. So you could utilize the headshot and crit hit damage together for a SMG build. For a crit build, just switch off the headshot to crit chance. You can go double crit. Or for a headshot build, just switch off the crit damage for crit chance. And then that way you could have crit chance and headshot. There are multiple ways you can switch this mask around to benefit you. So I highly recommend you pick one up. And don't forget about the armor cores that you can do for the attribute. Okay. But that's it. Just the Walker mask. All right. And that is it for the campus. Now it's time to hit up these Dark Zone vendors. Our first vendor is going to be Dark Zone West. West. Let's go. Okay. Now remember, for all of your Dark Zone vendors, you have to have DZ resources to buy or purchase any of these items. So, to look at your DZ resources, go to your inventory, toggle over to resources, and just above your keys, you will see Dark Zone resources. So you can see I am at 385 out of 999. So if I run out of DZ resources, I have to go back into the Dark Zone and either deconstruct contaminated items and extract them as DZ resources, or I have to pick up those blue boxes that are scattered around the Dark Zone and then get DZ resources that way. But either way, that's how you do it. Now, speaking of the Dark Zone, here is Dark Zone West. Big money, no whammies. All right, and starting off with the Baker's Dozen. This is the named Classic M1A with Perfect Lucky Shot, and it comes with Optimal Range, followed by a Spas 12 with Crit Hit Damage and Preservation, and finally a LVOAC with Swap Speed and Perpetuation. Looking at the gear items, we have Hotshot Gloves with Hazard, Future Initiative knee pads with Repair Skills, nice, 511 gloves with Explosive Resistance and Skill Haste, and finally China Light knee pads with Skill Damage and Crit Hit Damage. Looking at the mods, we have Bleed Resistance 8.4, Seeker Mine Healing 6.1, Shield Damage Bonus 4.0, Firefly Damage 5.9, and Decoy Duration of 6.0. Now, must-buys from DZ West, to be honest, I really wouldn't recommend any of these. All right, moving on. Let's take our talents down south to the deep south. DZ South, let's go. Ooh, boy, we going down to the south. Ooh, better get ready. We going down south. Ooh, boy. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm trying a little too hard with those voices. All right, here we go. DZ South, big money. The Gift. Wow. However, it comes with skill damage and repair skills. Barf. I wouldn't touch this with a 30-foot pole. Oh my gosh, such a waste. I mean, here's the gift. Whatever. I would not recommend this to anybody. So, moving on. Tactical UMP 45 with magazine size and ignited, and a Born Great. Named Assault Rifle with perfect stabilize and reload speed. Finally, for the weapons, Military M9 with reload speed and steady-handed. Looking at the gear items, we have a Negotiator's Backpack with health, True Patriot chest piece with headshot damage, Wyvern Backpack with skill haste, crit chance, and safeguard, and finally a Overlord Armaments chest piece with max crit chance, skill damage, and vanguard. Looking at the mods, we have crit chance 4.5, drone damage reduction 4.7, turret skill haste 5.8, and sticky bomb duration of 6.4. Now, must-buys from DZ South, nope, not even close. All right. 2 out of the 3 Dark Zones have been a waste. Okay. Now, for the castle settlement, fast travel to the descent entrance to get to the vendor quicker. I know the music's about to blare us out. What the? What is this? What is this? Why did it not show me this earlier? Why is it just now showing me that? Nah, whatever. Very cool. But we are here at the castle settlement. Say hi to Ransom. So, Pet Ransom, what's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing good. Had a good holiday season. All right. Let's get out of here. Castle settlement vendor. Yo, how long are you going to pet the freaking dog? There you go. All right. Castle settlement vendor. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Run. Get through this loud music. There we go. All right. So at the castle, we have the Darkness. This is the named marksman rifle with perfect eyeless, and it comes with stability. Then we have a custom M44 with crit chance and vindictive. And finally, a military RPK with max rate of fire and future perfect. Looking at the gear items, we have a Lingmo mask with max armor, health, and skill haste. And finally, a China Light holster with repair skills and crit hit damage. Looking at the mods, we have repair skills 16.4, chem launcher skill haste 6.1, Hive +4 stinger charges. That's good if you don't have that for your stinger. Pulse radius 8.6 and trap duration of 5.9. Must buys from the castle settlement, not really. But if you do not have the darkness fully proficient, pick up a few of these, donate the duplicates, and have a nice day. All right, that's it for the castle settlement. Now let's finish up the Dark Zones with Dark Zone East. Now remember, for Dark Zone East, you are fast traveling to the main, or not the main entrance, to the Alpha checkpoint. Because if you go to the main entrance, you have to run all the way through the courtyard. So just fast travel to this Alpha checkpoint, and then you can just exit right here. Pretty simple. That way you don't have to run all the way through that courtyard. All right, here we go. DZ East. Starting with the Pinprick. This is the named marksman rifle with perfect first blood, and it comes with health damage. Interesting. Next, we have a SRS A1 with rate of fire and perpetuation, followed by a custom L86 with reload speed and ranger. Looking at the gear items, we have a negotiator's mask with headshot, foundry bulwark holster with explosive resistance, bellstone armory mask with armor regen and hazard, and finally a Petrov holster with crit hit damage and skill haste. Looking at the mods, we have repair skills 15.6, chem launcher and snare duration 7.8, hive range 4.0, pulse radius 8.6, and trap duration of 5.9. Now must buys from DZ East, again, not really. I'm not really feeling any of these. I mean, the Bellstone mask is nice, but I don't know. You could farm that outside of the Dark Zone. Okay. That is it for our Dark Zones. We have one last stop before we go to New York City, and that is the Theater Settlement. Now, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, support the channel by subscribing, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But here we are at the theater. Boo-doo, boo-doo. Big money. Contractors gloves. Come here right now. Go to the theater right now. Pick up the Contractors gloves. The weapon damage is high enough to where you could switch off the headshot for whatever it is you want and just optimize that weapon damage. These are perfect for nearly all builds. I mean, tank DPS, DPS, even oxidizer builds. I mean, these gloves are best in slot for a majority of the builds out there. Now, with it being headshot, you could easily switch off the weapon damage for an armor core and go like an armor headshot build, be pretty sick. Or just switch off that headshot for whatever it is you want, and you are good to go. Contractor's gloves. I mean, I have some on right now on my character as we speak. So pick them up. The theater. Nice. That's a good pickup. Next, we have a ACS-12 with health damage and spike, followed by a SIG 716 with health damage and preservation. Looking at the gear items, we have Alps gloves with explosive resistance and crit chance, and finally Murakami knee pads with crit chance and status effects. Going down to the mods, we have pulse resistance 8.6, seeker mine health 6.2, shield health 4.1, firefly skill haste 5.7, and decoy health of 6.0. Now must buys from the theater, the Contractors gloves. Pick them up right meow. All right. That is it for DC. Let's go to New York City. New York City. Now, we only have two vendors left. We have Marco at the top of the escalator, and then we have Roy Benitez just outside. Now, don't forget to pet the dog in between. But I hope you've enjoyed everything. I mean, we had a good stream this morning. I'm not too happy about that outfit being so expensive, but it is what it is. But this vendor reset's not bad. Not bad at all. All right, here we go. Marco. Starting with the Honey Badger. This is with crit hit damage and future perfect. Followed by the Stoner LAMG with stability and overwhelm. A SIG 716 with crit chance and future perfect. And finally, a X45 tactical with armor damage and future perfect. Looking at the gear items, we have Murakami backpack with wicked, hazard, and headshot. Richter and Kaiser gloves with status and skill haste. And finally, Lingmo holster with armor regen and explosive resistance. Looking at the mods, we have repair skills 16.4, crit chance 4.4, drone armor repair 6.2, pulse skill haste 4.9, and finally, sticky bomb blast radius of 4.7. Now, Must-buys, things to look for from Marco. Not really. I mean, yeah, not really. The Lingmo holster is nice if you like Lingmo builds. This is a nice holster. All right, I will admit that. All right. So our last vendor of the video is going to be Roy Benitez. But first, make sure you interact with the dog. All right, interact twice. The first one, you're just petting the dog all willy-nilly, pretty normal. But then that second one's going to be random. So let's see what that second one's going to look like right now. Let's see. I'm going to say he's going to roll over. All right, let's see. And interact. Nope, nope. He psyched me out. He almost rolled over. Very nice. All right. And Roy Benitez, our last vendor of the video.
How can I help you, Agent?
And starting with the Vector 45 ACP with armor damage. This is a really good Vector. Wow. Yeah. No, I like this Vector a lot. Remember, with the Vector 45 ACP, it does come with the long underbarrel rail attachment slot, so you can put the linked laser pointer on here from the Technician Specialization and easily just recalibrate that talent from Thunderstrike to Flatline. You'll get amplified damage, and it'll go with the armor damage. That's perfect. All you need to do is optimize the SMG damage, and you're good to go. Great Vector. Highly recommend. I love the Vector. Next, we have a Hunting M44 with crit chance and spike, followed by a custom M870 with magazine sizing and close and personal. That's a good one. Just switch the magazine size off for damage targets at a cover. This is a great shotgun. And finally, for the weapons, a Officer's M9A1 with crit chance and reformation. Looking at the gear items, we have a 511 backpack with repair skills, skill haste, and combined arms, Wyvern knee pads with repair skills and weapon handling, and finally, Petrov holster with max skill haste, skill damage, and weapon handling. Interesting. You could easily pick this one up and just change that weapon damage to a skill tier and use this for a skill build. Very, very interesting. Looking at the mods, we have skill duration 8.2, incoming repairs 16.5, turret duration 6.0, pulse effect duration 8.7, and sticky bomb blast radius of 4.7. Now, must-buys, things to look for from Roy Benitez, the Vector 45 ACP with armor damage. The custom M870 is dirty with that close and personal. And really, that's about it. I mean, the Petrov holster, if you're wanting to use that for like a skill build.
Thanks.
All right. That is it, everyone. It is December 26th. That was your weekly vendor reset and must-buys. I hope everyone has a great holiday season. And yeah, if you found this video helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, please hit the thumbs up. It really does help out the channel by subscribing, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But I am Kamikazevondoom. Take care of yourself. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.